Sri Prahlad Maharaj has said, if you want to be happy in this material existence, there's an easy process. Simply stop trying to be happy in this material existence. Because the pursuit of happiness through material enjoyment is the source of all suffering. Maya literally means, as Srila Prabhupada has translated, that which is not. In other words, the material energy is constantly presenting illusory offers to us, advertising that you will find pleasure if you just engage your mind and senses in this type of enjoyment. But it is not what it appears to be. It appears to be the object which will give me great satisfaction, but that same object will be the source of our suffering and bondage. Why is this? Bhagavad Gita explains that the soul is eternal. The soul is looking for eternal enjoyment. And that enjoyment can only be experienced when the soul offers itself in devotion to Krishna, to God. But Maya is trying to always, at every moment, in all places, propose various substitutes or alternatives for the pleasure that we are seeking in devotion to Krishna. Subtle and gross. In fact, every atom, every particle of material existence is surcharged with this energy trying to infatuate the conditioned soul's mind to enjoy apart from Krishna. It is not just one place, it is everywhere. Wherever we are forgetful of our constitutional position, Maya is plotting and planning in the most exacting and complete ways, thorough ways, to somehow or other bewilder our mind and attention to enjoy through our material mind and senses, with the promise that this will be the relief of all of your boredom and frustrations. It is a vicious cycle. Because of, since time immemorial, trying to enjoy apart from Krishna, we are frustrated. We are lonely. And Maya is proposing the very cause of the problem to be the solution. You are frustrated and lonely? You need some sense gratification that will give you life. It will give you relief. But actually, Prahlad Maharaj explains, it is like trying to relieve an itch by scratching. We have a very bad itching rash, and it's terrible pain. And the mind says, if you just scratch it, it will feel better. Prahlad Maharaj explains that when you scratch, it actually feels better while you're scratching. Not really better, it's just some illusory sense of relief. But as you're scratching, you are inflaming that rash. And it will itch more and more and more. And the more you scratch, the more it itches. And the more you scratch, the more you itch. And birth after birth after birth after birth, you're just scratching and scratching and scratching and scratching. And it's not getting better, it's getting worse. But see the illusion. The immediate sensation is it appears that it's relieving the itch. But with a little intelligence, you look ahead. Yes, right now it feels nice, but what will the next moment bring? It is aggravating and intensifying the problem. And therefore, children, when they get these rashes, they like to itch, and the parents, they understand what is Sreyas and preyas. Sreyas and preyas, one is the nature of the animal consciousness. Whatever feels good, do it. For tomorrow will never come. And human existence is not to consider what feels good now, but to calculate with our God-given intelligence what will be the best for my future in this life and beyond death. So, the itching sensation, Prahlad Maharaj uses it because actually it illustrates the entire material existence. If you understand that scratching itch on your body, you understand the whole secret that Maya uses to keep everyone entrapped in the bondage of suffering birth after birth after birth. A parent sees the child, wants to scratch, but the parent knows it will get worse, infected, terrible. So sometimes the parent ties the child's hand so it can't scratch. And that the child is thinking, oh, how cruel my parents are. They don't know what I'm going through. They don't understand. But the parent understands that the child is just caught under the grip of this sensation. So therefore, Krishna explains in Gita, Matras parashastu konteya sitoshna shukadukata agama payano nityastham statikshasva bharata. That these non-permanent appearances of happiness and distress, we must learn to tolerate them. We must learn to tolerate the temptations and the experiences that Maya puts before us. And we must learn to tolerate them with intelligence, based on Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, of what is actually best for our spiritual life. Birth after birth after birth, through so many species of life, Nayam Deho Deha Bhajanga Loke, we have been trying to enjoy material enjoyment, and we have been kicked by Maya repeatedly. And now we've come to this human form of life, and we've come to Krishna consciousness. We're given higher knowledge and higher intelligence, but still the momentum of all of our animal propensities is still taking place within our mind and hearts. Maya is still presenting the same objects of the senses that we have enjoyed for so many millions of births. Puna punas charavata charavananam. Chewing what has already been chewed. We have experienced every type of sense gratification possible in all our previous births, and we found no real satisfaction. It aggravates the disease of misery and causes us another birth, another birth, another birth. And we've come to Krishna consciousness. We're given the opportunity and the chance. What Maya has been exposed before us through Srila Prabhupada's books and through the Vaishnavas' satsang. But Maya is still saying, yes, just take it, take it. Like when you're going fishing, you put the worm on the hook, and the worm looks very nice. For a fish, a worm is very nice. Better than a woman looks for a man in this world, a worm looks the same thing to a fish. If you show your wife or your beautiful husband to a fish, he'll just turn his head and say, where is my worm? So what is the difference? Maya is just putting so many worms, different types of worms for different species of life. For the fish, it's this type of worm that goes like this. For the human being, it's another type of worm that goes like this. And in this way, everybody is thinking, this will be my enjoyment. If only I can achieve it. And the fish goes as fast as it can and goes through. Sometimes fishes fight against each other. Who gets the worm? And whoever loses is fortunate. And then they think, this will be my enjoyment. And they eat the worm, and they swallow the worm. They actually enjoy it at the beginning. It's very delicious for fish. But then after some time, he understands that he's hooked. And then the hook sometimes goes right into his heart and pierces it and makes it bleed. And he's suffering and miserable, and then he can't get away. He's addicted. He's just trapped. So that's the way Maya catches everyone, through the objects of the senses, through the object of the mind.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.